Hello friends, myself Ahir DR from RBNB College Srirampur. Today I deliver a lecture on rotational dynamics. In this subtopic is theorem of perpendicular axis. In previous lecture we study about the theorem of parallel axis. Now before studying the theorem of perpendicular axis, we know about the laminar object, or we concentrate on the laminar object. So for the laminar object, we know that if we consider lip is the example of laminar object. Now we also know the example of laminar object is, if we consider pages of the book, these are the also examples of laminar object. Now if we consider some geometrical shape like ring, disc, plane sheet, these are also example of the laminar object. So for studying the theorem of perpendicular axis, we have to consider laminar object or laminar body. Now we consider a laminar object as like this one. So we consider a laminar object whose total mass is capital M, mass is M. Now this laminar object consists of n number of small elements, each having mass dm. So we say that this laminar object consists of n number of small elements, each having mass dm. So this laminar object consists of n number of small elements and all small elements having same mass. If you consider this point, at that point there is small element, its mass is dm. Now total mass of element is capital M. Now if we consider this lamina or laminar object is rotating about perpendicular axis which is passing through the point O. This is the point O through which this laminar body or laminar object rotating, and if we consider this is the Z axis, then its moment of inertia is given by Iz. Remember that this Z axis is perpendicular to the plane of the lamina. Now we consider this another two axes which lies along the laminar object. So this is the X axis which is along the plane of the laminar body, and mutually perpendicular another axis, say Y axis. Both these two X axis and Y axis are mutually perpendicular to each other but lying in the same plane, that of the laminar object. If this lamina rotating about this X axis, then corresponding moment of inertia is given by Ix. If laminar body rotating about y-axis, then its moment of inertia is given by Iy. Now concentrate on this diagram. Here z-axis is perpendicular to the plane of the figure. Means angle between plane of the figure and z-axis is 90. Again there are two axes which are lying in the same plane, but they are also mutually perpendicular to each other, means x-axis and y-axis, but they lies along the laminar object. Now we can say that x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, when body rotating or lamina rotating about x-axis, then its moment of inertia is Ix. When lamina rotating about y-axis, then its moment of inertia is given by Iy. And when this body rotating about z-axis, then its moment of inertia is Iz. In simple manner, we can write Iz. Iz is the moment of inertia of lamina rotating about z-axis. This lamina rotating about z-axis. Now similarly Iy is also moment of inertia of lamina rotating about an axis, about y-axis. Ix also moment of inertia of lamina rotating about z-axis. In another word, we can say that these Iz, Iy and Ix are the moment of inertia of a lamina rotating about z-axis, y-axis and x-axis respectively. But always remember that the z-axis is perpendicular to the plane of the figure, and this Ix and Iy lying in the same plane, that of the laminar object, but these two axes are mutually perpendicular to each other. All these three axes concurrent at point O. Now we have to find out moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about z-axis. As you know that this body consists of n number of small elements, each having mass dm. If you consider one such element which is situated at point say P, having mass say dm. Now for finding the Iz or moment of inertia of a lamina rotating about z-axis, we have to draw some geometry. Now we have to draw perpendicular from P on y-axis as like this one. This is point say N. Also as like this one, we have to draw the perpendicular on x-axis. So this is point M. Now according to this diagram, we can write this PM is perpendicular on x-axis, and also this PN is perpendicular on y-axis. Now if we consider this distance OM along the x-axis, its magnitude is given by small x as it is along the x-axis. Similarly, If we consider this distance ON, which is along the y-axis, so its magnitude is small y, as it is along the y-axis. So we write this ON is equal to y, small y, and OM is equal to small x. Now this distance between O and P is given by small r. It is given by small r. Now, as we know that there is uniform distribution of mass. So, for the moment of inertia, we write the formula of Iz as like this one. Iz is equal to, instead of summation, we write integration. So Iz axis, from this Iz axis, particle or small element which is situated at point P and its mass is dm. So that distance is given by OP. So we write Iz is equal to integration of distance square, means OP square into dm. So this is the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about z axis, and according to its definition we get square of distance and mass of each element and integration of all this. So we get Iz is equal to integration OP square dm. We get equation 1. Now we have to find out moment of inertia of a plane lamina when it rotating about x-axis. So for that purpose we consider this distance Pm. Now this Pm is equal to ON. So we write here distance Pm, that is equal to ON. But we know that the distance ON is given by y. So we write Pm equal to ON equal to small y. Now we find out Ix. So Ix is equal to integration of, if particle is situated at or small element is situated at point P, then its distance from x-axis is given by Pm, and that Pm is also equal to small y. That Pm is also equal to small y. So distance square. So we write Pm square dm. This Pm square dm, square of distance into mass of each element. But we know that this Pm is equal to y. So Pm square is equal to y square. So we get Ix is equal to integration of y square dm. Equation 2. Now this equation 2 gives us moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about x-axis. We have to find out again moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about y-axis. So it is Iy equal to integration of, now see this diagram, this small element is situated at point P and it is from y-axis at distance say x, because we know that the distance OM, that is equal to Pn. So here we write OM is equal to Pn, and that is equal to x. So according to this one, we write the moment of inertia Iy, that is equal to square of the distance Pn square into dm. So we write here Iy is equal to Pn square of distance into dm. But we know that this Pm is equal to Om having magnitude x. So we substitute value of Pm square, that is equal to x square. So we get Iy is equal to integration of x square dm. This is equation 3. So in this way we get Ix, Iy and Iz. Now we consider some geometry here. If you consider one triangle, this is the right angle triangle. So because here is perpendicular, this angle is 90 degree. When we draw the perpendicular from P on y axis, so it is 90 degree. When we consider this angle, right angle triangle OPN, this is the right angle triangle. So according to this one, by using Pythagoras theorem, this OP square is equal to, the distance OP square equal to ON square plus PN square. ON square plus PN square. If we consider this triangle OPM. Now this triangle is also similar to OPM. Again in that case also we apply the Pythagoras theorem. Out of those we consider only one triangle OPN. Now in OPN, this OP square is equal to ON square plus PN square. Now this OP square is equal to ON square, that distance ON square is equal to y. So we write y square. Pn square, Pn is equal to x, so Pn square is x square. So we get x square. Now this is equation say 4. Now consider this equation first. Iz is equal to integration OP square dm. So we substitute value of OP square from this one. So we write here Iz is equal to integration of OP square dm. Now that is equal to, we substitute OP square is equal to y square plus x square. So we get integration of y square plus x square dm. On separating integration, we get Iz is equal to integration of y square dm plus integration of x square dm. In this way we get Iz is equal to integration y square dm plus x square integration x square dm. But we know that according to equation 2 and 3, Ix is equal to integration y square dm and Iy is the integration of x square dm. So by using this equation 2 and 3, we get finally Iz equal to, this integration y square dm is Ix and integration x square dm is Iy. So finally we get equation 5, and that equation 5 is Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Now this is the theorem of perpendicular axis, where Iz, what is Iz? Iz is the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about z axis. But the z axis is perpendicular to the plane of the lamina. Ix, what is Ix? Ix is the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about z axis. Rotating about x axis. Similarly, what is Iy? Iy is the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about y axis. So according to this one, we can write the statement of theorem of perpendicular axis. So statement of theorem of perpendicular axis is Iz, means the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about perpendicular axis is equal to sum of the moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about two mutually perpendicular axes in its plane, and all these three axes concurrent with each other. This is the statement of theorem of perpendicular axis. So only remember this equation for you. Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy, and with the help of this one we can write the statement of theorem of perpendicular axis. So remember again, what is statement of theorem of perpendicular axis? The moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about perpendicular axis is equal to sum of moment of inertia of a plane lamina rotating about two mutually perpendicular axes in its plane, and all these three axes concurrent with each other. This is the statement of theorem of perpendicular axis. Now with the help of this theorem of parallel axis and perpendicular axis, we can find out moment of inertia of all geometrical shapes at different axes. So we stop here.